We are finally installing my $3,000 Exedy triple disc clutch in my 2017 STI, and as ridiculous as that sounds, it's a very serious upgrade for the car considering that triple disc clutches are usually referred to as competition style clutches because they're reserved for very high horsepower builds because of the fact that they can hold significantly more torque than your traditional clutch. Now when I say traditional clutch, I'm referring to something like your typical single disc setup that you'll find in most Subarus. You guys know, something like your ACT HDSS or even your Exedy OEM clutches. My long-term goal for my 2017 STI is to make 800 wheel horsepower, and one thing I'm very excited for with this new clutch is that the pedal should feel very similar to OEM despite the massive increase in clamping force. Now unfortunately guys, this isn't going to be a full step-by-step tutorial. Honestly, pulling the transmission without a lift just isn't very practical. If you're at home and you need to do your clutch, I recommend just pulling the motor. It is not that bad. I've done it myself on jack and jack stands, but having access to a lift does make this job 10 times easier. And luckily for us, we'll be pulling a lot more transmissions here in the future since we regularly do clutch jobs at the shop. So if you want a full step-by-step tutorial at some point here in the future, please let me know down below in the comment section. To start things off, anytime you remove the transmission, you gotta drain the fluids. Just like when you pull the motor, all the fluids gotta come out of it. Now there were a couple steps I didn't get on camera, like removing the drive shaft, the starter, the downpipe, the shifter linkage, but once all those things are out of the way, you can finally start working through the bell housing bolts that connect the transmission to the engine. And just like that, through the power of editing, the transmission is finally out of the car. If you guys didn't know, the STI 6-speed transmissions are significantly heavier than the WRX 6-speeds or the older 5-speeds, and that's because the WRX transmissions are built using a split case design, whereas the STI transmission is a single solid assembly that houses all the gears. That is also why the STI transmission and or drivetrain is the superior drivetrain when compared to the WRX. One thing I have to give the WRX transmission over the STI transmission is that the WRX transmission is incredibly easy to work with. The STI transmission is incredibly awkward to remove because of the extra pan at the bottom of the transmission, which makes maneuvering it a little tricky, but thankfully having a transmission jack makes this job a lot more manageable. Now that the transmission, our old ACT XTSS clutch, and the OEM flywheel are out of the way, this is where the triple disc comes in. And compared to a traditional clutch, this thing is on a completely different level. Instead of a single friction disc sandwiched between the flywheel and the pressure plate, a triple disc clutch uses 3 separate friction discs along with floater plates in between them. What that does is dramatically increase the amount of surface area that can transfer torque from the engine to the transmission. With more friction surface means that the clutch can hold significantly more power without needing an extremely stiff pressure plate, and that's one of the biggest advantages of a multi-disc clutch like this. You can hold a lot more power without making the pedal feel ridiculously heavy. That's actually one of the things I'm most excited about with this new setup. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, even though this clutch is capable of holding a ton of power, the pedal feel should still be surprisingly close to stock. You've got the clutch cover, the 3 friction discs, the floater plates that sit in between each disc, and in a setup like this, what a lot of people casually call the pressure plate, which is the purple thing, is more accurately referred to as the clutch cover, since the actual pressure plate function is built into the multi-disc assembly. And when you stack all these things together, we create a clutch that can handle a ridiculous amount of torque compared to a traditional single disc setup. When I spoke to an Exedy representative on the phone, they actually recommended installing the clutch cover bolts dry, torqued down to spec with no Loctite. But Brandon, who has a ton of experience working on Evos, told me that he always uses red Loctite on these bolts. According to him, whenever he torques them down to the recommended 23 foot-pounds by Exedy, they tend to back out over time if you don't use Loctite. So I guess you can say there's some conflicting information here. What a surprise. On one hand, you have the manufacturer recommending a dry install, and on the other hand, you've got real-world experience suggesting otherwise. In our case, we decided to go with Brandon's recommendation and apply some red Loctite to the clutch cover bolts before torquing them down a spec. Obviously, always follow the manufacturer's recommendation for your own setup. With the clutch fully installed and torqued down, it's finally time to get the transmission back into the car. And honestly, guys, this is usually the part of the job that tests your patience the most. Getting the transmission lined up with the clutch and the pilot bearing can be surprisingly tricky, especially with the STI 6-speed since it's extremely heavy. The input shaft has to slide cleanly through all 3 clutch discs and into the pilot bearing at the same time, so everything has to line up just right. Eventually, after a little bit of patience and some careful adjustment on the transmission jack, the input shaft finally slid into place and the transmission seated back up against the engine. Once it's fully seated, you can start reinstalling the bell housing bolts and tighten everything back down. After that, it's just a matter of reconnecting everything that was removed earlier, the things like the drive shaft, the starter, the cross member, the shifter linkage, before filling the transmission back up with fluid. The transmission typically takes somewhere between 4 and 5 quarts of your 300 oil or that multi oil. I'll put it on the screen for you guys right here. This is a pretty big step forward for the STI build, especially considering the long-term goal of pushing the car to 800 wheel horsepower. And one thing that a lot of people overlook when installing a twin or triple disc clutch is making sure the clutch pedal is adjusted properly. If the clutch pedal is not adjusted properly, you can end up putting unnecessary stress on the thrust bearing on the crank, which is something you definitely want to avoid. So in the next video, I'll also be showing you guys how to properly adjust the clutch pedal after installing a multi-disc clutch. And to be quite honest with you guys, regardless of installing a single disc or multi-disc clutch, you should always do a clutch pedal adjustment after installing a brand new clutch. And while we're at it, we're also going to be installing the new exhaust housing on the Precision Turbo, which is another key step as this build continues to move closer to that 800 wheel horsepower goal. So if you guys want to follow the progress of the build and see how everything comes together, make sure you're subscribed. And as always, guys, I will see you on the next one.